conversation I had with Waspar recently about, how does CashFX become the premier company in its space? How do they become the biggest? And when it came right down to it, we narrowed it down to a very simple concept: just be the best. In everything that we do, just do it the best that we can possibly do it. Whether that be trade results, or that's the academy, or that's parts of the compensation plan, the product. Just do the best that we can in every single aspect. Look at what the competitors are doing and do better. And so I think that's what you guys are seeing here. For anybody that's been with CashFX for a while, is it's the constant evolution of the company. The company, and one thing I love about it is they listen to the field. Okay, there's groups with leaders that are set up that the leaders can bring feedback and things, and so that is absolutely critical in developing and evolving CashFX to become that premier, that #1 company in its space. So just want to share that. All right, so jumping in here, let's jump right into some terminology that confuses some people. Okay, I know when we first launched CashFX, this was one of the biggest questions. Because it's common terms, bear and bull. Okay, those are common terms in trading that mean a completely different meaning than what it does here at CashFX. Okay, the bear market is typically a market that's heading down. A bull market is a market that's heading up. All right, but with CashFX, the difference between these is a bear capital is simply someone who's come to CashFX doesn't want to refer other people. Okay, they just want to get the product, and they want to have limited involvement and be able to be involved in the trading pool. So get their academy. That's absolutely okay. Absolutely okay. This company has been developed around that, and then they added the bull side. But on the bear side, let's just put this in our head for a second, because we're going to talk about bears and bulls quite a bit here in the next few minutes. All right. So a bear is simply someone who came to the company and has not referred anyone. Okay. Now, as soon as, which tends to be the trend here, as soon as you start to see your results, one of the first things that you do is you pick up the phone and go, "You'll never believe what I'm seeing with this company." It's just human nature, right? You go watch a good movie. What are you going to do? You're going to tell everybody about that movie. "Hey, I just saw this great movie." Now, if you went and watched the movie and it sucked, you're probably not going to tell too many people. You might, when it comes up in conversation, be, "Oh, that was a terrible movie." But when you like something, you get excited about it, you want to share it. Okay. And that's when you move into the bull side. The bull capital is created as another 2x. Okay. So on bear, you can make 2 times your money. Okay. So if you came in with a $1,000 package, you can make up to $2,000. All right. But that's just on the bear side. That's the passive side of it. But as soon as you refer at least one person, it opens up a whole nother spectrum of compensation that you can take advantage of. Okay. Another 2x, another 200% of your initial package value. So again, if you're on a $1,000 package, you have the ability to earn up to $2,000 on the bear side, but you can also earn up to $2,000 on the bull side. Okay. As you guys get involved, you'll learn different aspects about that, what caps are and things like that. But let's keep it simple here today. So that's the difference between a bear and a bull. All right. And then rank levels. Each trade package includes the leadership program points, which you'll see here in just a moment. And your own personal packages that you buy, they don't actually count towards your rank advancement. All right. It's the individuals that you've referred to the company as they purchase their packages, as they upgrade their packages. Those points count towards your rank advancement. Okay. So here's a perfect example right here of what I was just describing verbally. So let's take a physical look at it. So on the bear side, 70%, okay, of every single trade contract that you have is going to go into the trading for you. Okay. So in this example, you have a $2,000 package. Or excuse me, let's use a $1,000 package. $1,000 package. 70% of that, or $700, goes into trade for you. Okay. What happens to the other 30%? Well, this is some of the industry first. A lot of times, what you have is companies that are, trying to get as much of that as they can. When a product is sold, the company wants to retain profit from that. What's very unique about CashFX, though, is they don't. They give 100% of the money from the product back to you, the field, people that are referring the business. Okay, how does that look? Well, we have a $1,000 package. We know 700 went into trade. The other $300, or 30% of your trade package, does exactly this. It will split out between two different compensations. You got your fast start compensation. Half of that goes in there. So the minute the blockchain confirms the transaction, okay, you get a fast start right now, in real time, put into your balance in your CashFX back office that you can withdraw. Okay, so in this scenario, you just made $150. Right now, the other half of that 30%, or the other $150, is going to go into the unilevel bonus. All right, in which, because it's a personal referral, it's going to land on your first level. We'll go into unilevel in a second, but you're going to receive 10% of that. So in this scenario right here, you made $150 in fast start, and then that Saturday, okay, the unilevel commissions get pushed into your balance account as well. So you made a total of $165 for referring one person with a $1,000 package. Not too bad. 100% of the product value got dispersed back to the field right there. Okay, John, next slide. The trading results. And I know John talked a little bit about the trading and stuff. And this, the reason we keep coming back here is it's absolutely critical for you guys to understand that, CashFX uses proprietary technology. So even in the live trades and things that you can see through the web TV in your back office, certain things have been redacted. All right, it's proprietary. But they use a proprietary technology combined with the professional Forex trading team and technicians. All right, so we've got individuals that had been doing this. And one of the things I always say when I'm talking about CashFX, because I've been consulting globally in this market for over 20 years now, and another industry first is the fact that they didn't come up with a compensation plan and they go, okay, what product do we put with this? All right, Waskar had already done extremely well in Bitcoin. And so he had already gotten his, his trading platform in place that he was using with his own personal funds. And but Waskar and I have been talking for the last 9, almost 10 years now about, hey, if we could just find something that would work for millions of people, we could get a home run, put it out there, and help multiple economies. Well, the light came on for him, and he's like, wait a minute, what I'm doing right here with my own personal funds, I could offer this to the public. And so he called me May 2019 and asked if I would take on the project and help out on the programming side of things, on the consulting, so on and so forth. And when we started going through things, I realized he had that home run. He had that project that he had come up with as a byproduct of already doing this for himself, okay? So that's really important to understand. He didn't come up with a compensation plan and then try and fit a product to it. He already had the product. He already had the education. He already had, the ability to trade. And then that's when he spent the next 6 months after that, after he knew, for a year of trading that his success rates were extremely high. Then he took the next 6 months, developed a compensation plan, and rolled it out. So totally different than what I would say probably 90% of the companies that come into the network marketing space. They do the opposite. They come up with a comp plan, sell the comp plan, and then try and figure out the product. Okay, so I don't want to spend too much more time on that. I just wanted to impact with you guys that this is a company that did it right. They had the product, then they came up with the way to bring it to the public. There's no guarantees in professional Forex trading, guys. If you've never done Forex trading, I've been doing it now for, 15, 16 years. It's the success that you're going to receive is the success that happens from Monday through Friday. All right. So as those trades are happening, you're going to have a max trade earning cap of 15% for the week. Okay. Doesn't mean you're going to receive 15% a week. This is a compliant company. They're not saying, hey, you're guaranteed 15% a week. No. What happens on Monday, at the end of Monday, they take those results, and through their algorithm, some goes to the company, the rest goes to the field, and that's what's going to determine your percentage for that day. Okay, there's no guaranteed ROIs on this. There's no guaranteed timeframes on this. Simply the fact that at some point you will get 2 times your original trade contract value, at which time your trade contract expires, and you can choose to renew or upgrade prior to expiration. Okay, but it's all based on the success that's achieved through the trading team. John, next slide. Okay, we touched on this a little bit ago, the fast start bonus. Again, every package has 30% that goes towards the academy. Okay, and then like I mentioned before, that 30% then is split in half. Half of it goes to you in real time as soon as the blockchain confirms your transaction. The other half goes into the unilevel. All right, John, let's go ahead and slide over. Thank you. Unilevel. Let's talk about this. Fast Start's pretty straightforward. People usually get that. Okay, I refer something, I get a direct commission. Okay, but the Unilevel tends to trip some people up, and the reason I think that it does that is we also have a matrix involved. Okay, so let me make this extremely clear, because there's some terminology you're going to need to understand in order to move forward with this company. Even within this presentation, you're going to need to understand lineage. What is lineage? I get asked that all the time. What is lineage? Okay, well, as you're referring people to CashFX and becoming a bull participant, okay, as you can see here, the bull participant. Also, the Fast Start was a bull capital. Remember, anytime you refer someone and it generates a commission, you've entered into that bull side. If you don't refer anybody, you wouldn't have a Fast Start. You wouldn't have a Unilevel, right? You have to refer someone first. So when you start to refer people, what does that look like to you? Well, right here on your first level. All right. So let's say I refer John to CashFX and he decides to get involved. He purchases a package. Okay. I generate that Fast Start. What happens to John? Where does he fall in my organization? Well, John and every other person that I personally refer, okay, not someone that I referred who referred someone who referred someone, but everyone I personally refer to CashFX that decides to get involved lands on my first level. All right. On that first level, you make 10%. And on the unlock levels with CashFX, you can actually see here, you make percentages on levels 1 through 4. Okay, you make 10% on those levels. So let's say now someone on my first level refers someone. What happens to them? They also would be part of my personal team, okay, within that same lineage, because each person that I personally refer starts a new lineage. So if you refer 5 people, what does that mean? It means you have 5 different lineages that you've started, okay? Now, if John is one of my lineages, he's one of my downlines, and he refers someone, that person he refers is going to go on to his second level, onto my second level because it's on his first. That person refers someone else, that's on John's second and my third, okay? So it just starts building up. And then once you get down to your level and you've qualified as executive, okay, we'll go through qualifications. This opens up, as executive, opens up your 5th level. Okay, actually it opens up, I take that back, your 5th and your 6th level. Okay, and you're making 20% on the 5th level and 20% on the 6th level. Okay, so important to understand that as you start to build your team, as you help others build their team, because CashFX is all about helping other people. That's why Waskar launched this company. He had something he could have kept to himself and gone on and become a billionaire with and never had a problem, financially for the next few generations of his family. But that's not what he wanted to do. He wanted to give you guys the opportunity to do that exact same thing, okay? I'm not saying everybody that's on this presentation is going to become a billionaire. I think that if you apply yourself, you'll do extremely well with this company, okay? It's all based on your own personal efforts. But from what we've seen, track record over the last 9.5 months, if you apply yourself, you can do extremely well here, okay? So as you continue to progress and you're helping others build their team, it opens up different levels, all right? So you got your executive that opens up levels through 6, okay? Then you've got your manager position opens up levels 7 and 8 for a 5% override on those 2 levels. You become a director, opens up your 9th level. Here's something really special. When you become part of the President's Club, okay, again, I'm going to show you at the end how to do that. But when you become part of the President's Club, it opens up your 10th level for 5%. Okay, so understand exponential growth and how big that 10th level should be. If you've been building out, let's say you got 3, you get 3, you get 3, or 5, you get 5, whatever. You've got a huge 10th level that you're overriding at 5%. But on top of that, what happens when those people on your 10th level start referring? Now you get to override to infinity, okay? You'll get 1% of everybody who comes into your organization, one of the lineages that you created underneath yourself. Every time someone joins beyond the 10th level, you're gonna make 1%. Pretty huge right there, okay? Become an ambassador, it's gonna increase to 1.5%. Become a global ambassador, now you can override to infinity at 2%. Now, that doesn't have anything to do with levels 9, 1 through 9. That's just levels 10 to infinity, all right? So I think I covered that pretty clearly, John. Let's go ahead and go to the next slide here for everyone. Force matrix. The reason I spent so much time on the unilevel is because when we come to the force matrix, you needed to understand the unilevel before you can understand the matrix. They're very similar in some ways, but extremely different in others. So in your unilevel, first off, where does the money come from to compensate everybody in the matrix? Okay. What we have is every time someone generates a trade earning or generates a fast start or a unilevel, any type of compensation that's going to hit your balance, you want to withdraw that money from your balance. Okay. When you do that, there's a 20% withdrawal fee. But just like the product sales on the unilevel, okay, and the fast start, the company gives 100% of that back. Same thing here, okay? This is a performance-driven company. This company is one of the first I've ever seen that doesn't depend on new signups coming in every day. They literally could close the doors and have a completely closed ecosystem that will continue to evolve and grow. Even the last person coming in could still make their way up to the $100,000 package and absolutely change their life, all right? This company doesn't depend on new signups. That 20% withdrawal fee is when anytime you take money out of your balance and you want to take it to your BTC wallet, okay, that 20% is charged. 100% of that 20% gets paid back to the field, all right? You get half of that through your matrix bonus. So half of that 20% is going right here to the matrix to feed everybody in the matrix. I'm going to talk more about the matrix. The 10% of it goes towards your matrix check match. Okay, so as you're referring people into the company, they're dropping into your unilevel. They're also being placed into your matrix. Okay, now the matrix is a bear capital accelerator. And you might be saying, well, why? Well, you don't have to refer anybody to be in the matrix. All you have to have is a trade contract. That's it. Okay, so everybody gets to play in the force matrix. Now, if you're not referring people, your matrix may not be growing as fast as somebody who is referring people, okay? It's just natural, right? If you refer people who refer people, you grow faster, okay? But if you haven't referred anyone, there's other ways for you to be compensated through something called spillover. That comes from your upline. And the way that this system works is, let's say that you've gone and you've referred 3 people right away your first day, okay? Let's use a perfect scenario. You come in, you refer your first 3 people. Well, those first 3 fell on your level 1 of your unilevel, but they're also going to fall on your level 1 of your matrix, okay? And on your level 1, you'll get 3% right there as well. Now, what happens if you have, say, 5 people that you just personally referred in your first day? Well, there's only 3 spots on your first level of your matrix, so the next 2 will have to drop to your second level, right? And then anybody these people start to refer in, okay, is going to start to fill out this matrix at the 3x10. So each new person brought into the matrix has their first 3, who have their first 3, who have their first 3, so on and so forth. But it doesn't mean they're going to get to fill those first 3 spots because, again, it's forced from the top down, okay? So as they continue to grow, you'll see you've got 3% on your second level, 3% on your third. But look at the numbers in the center of this graphic here, guys. The numbers start going up: 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, 729, 2187. Scenario, if you had a full matrix, you'd have 88,572 people in your matrix that you get to override. Okay, and then the percentages down the side are based on each level that someone falls in. So let's say I just referred someone today, but my first 6 levels are full. Well, even though they fell on my first level of my unilevel, they'll still fall on the 7th level of my matrix. I don't want to fry your brain with that, but that just because they're personal to you on your unilevel does not mean they fall on your first level of your matrix. It's impossible. There's only 3 spots on your unilevel. After that, they all fill in. But what's really cool about that is, as you continue to refer more and more people, what are you doing? You're also filling up the matrix for people underneath you, which is bringing blessings to them, because then they get to share in the matrix income. All right. Now, you'll notice I left 40% out. I talked about the 50% to the matrix, 10% to the matching matrix bonus. The other 40% is going into the leadership program. Now, what I really want to point out about the withdrawal fee, guys, is it's again 100% of that gets paid out to the field. It's not income to the company. It's an intentional element to the project that basically has created residual income for everybody. Okay, absolutely unique. Love it. Again, Matrix is bare capital. John, next slide, please. But at the same time that the matrix is bare capital, because you don't have to refer anybody to get in there, you can take advantage of the force matrix check match. Okay, so if you are one of the individuals that did refer someone into CashFX and they land, and they're in your matrix now, all right, and you start to refer more, and that person refers more, and they start building out this matrix. Let's say that individual made $1,000 this month on their matrix income. Well, you're going to get a check for 10% of that, or $100. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. Is that anybody you personally refer in, they're going to end up in your matrix, and whatever they make on the matrix each month, you're going to get 10%. Now, some of the different levels here, as you can see, what does it take to basically qualify through these different levels? Well, a $300 and a $600 package, you're going to get levels 1 through 3. Okay, 3% override. Excuse me. When you reach the $1,000 package level, you open up the 4th level, or 5% override on those. At the 2,000, you've opened up your 5th level, 5,000 your 6th, 10,000 your 7th. Now you're going to say, "Look, there's packages in between here." Yes, but these are the benchmarks that you have to reach in order to open up that next level. Okay. For example, at 5,000, you'll open up level 6. Well, you might be thinking, well, there's a $7,500 package. Yes, but you have to reach the $10,000 level in order to open up the level 7 on that. Okay. But if you also notice, we have up to $100,000 package, but in order to maximize your earnings within the matrix, you only need a $30,000 package. Now, I'm not telling you don't continue to upgrade, because I think that's one of the smartest things that everybody can do, but you don't have to in order to maximize the opportunity through the matrix. $30,000 package is what you need. Okay, John, let's go to the next slide here. This is the leadership program, guys. This is what I've been leading up to. All this terminology, all this information I've been feeding to you guys here over the last few minutes is so you can understand this roadmap to success, all right? You need to mentor people. You need to help people. Don't just bring them in and then drop them off and hope the system takes care of them. Now, obviously, I mean, through the marketing system that my company's developed for CashFX, the CashFX marketing system, the different autoresponder series that we have go out when someone first signs up with CashFX, it does give them what to do each day to get the fastest success. But this is a people business, all right? So you really want to be engaged with at least your leaders. All right, stay in touch with them. Continue to help them develop the teams and who develop the individuals all the way down. All right, let's not leave anybody out here. So as you start to grow as a leader, you're going to reach different ranks. You've got the executive level. With executive, you only need 500 personal volume points, which is a $1,000 package. Okay, and then refer 3 people who generate a combined total of 25,000 group volume. Okay, so remember what I said. Your personal package does not help you advance. All right, it's the PGV, it's the point group volume that helps you advance. Okay, so what your people under you and under them, what they're doing is what advances you through the ranks. Okay, the next level of leadership here is management, or excuse me, managers. Okay, still the 500 point personal volume package, or $1,000 package, but now you'll notice the PGV has gone up to 75,000. Okay, and you need 2 executives from 2 lineages. Remember I talked about lineages? Anybody you personally refer becomes a new lineage. They all fall on your first level of your unit level, but it's separate lineages for each new person you referred. They're not one team. They are your team, but they're individual teams at the same time. Okay, so one team would not cross over to the other one and market over here, or vice versa. It just doesn't happen like that. You have individual teams underneath you. So you need 2 executives from 2 different lineages. That's not 2 per lineage. That is 1 over here and 1 over here. Very simple. And you get the 75,000 point volume. You become a manager. So you help 2 people advance into executive, which open up more levels for them to override. You became a manager. Okay. Now your next step in all this is let's become a director. You'll notice that we still have the 500 PV there. 250,000 group volume, so it's jumped up there. And then you need to help those two executives become managers. You see? So you start to develop this relationship where you're working with your leadership. Well, when you're working with them, they're working with their leaders who are working with their leaders, so on and so forth, all the way down. So we got a good coverage and everybody's getting the communication and the assistance in which they need to become successful. So when you become a director, all you've done is taken those two executives and help them become managers, which pushes you to a director level. Okay? Here's the important one. This is where everybody wants to shoot for, the President's Club. At President's Club, we'll go through some of the prizes and things that you guys are going to get to experience through your involvement here. But at the President's Club level, this is the one that opens up the 10th level, okay, on your unit level. But remember, it also opens up levels 11 through infinity, where you're getting a 1% override. How did you get here? Well, you needed a group volume of 1 million personal group volume points, okay, which means you've got about $2 million in packages that your team has signed up, okay, has referred. You need to also help 3 people become directors from 3 different lineages. Well, you've been mentoring 2 people, so I suggest, looking ahead, that you always mentor, 3 to 5 people. That's not too much. 3 to 5 people is very easy to work with and still maintain your full-time job if that's what you're doing, okay? Very, very simple. But you help 3 people become directors, so that's a director in one leg, director in another leg, director in your third leg. Boom, you got it. Become president. Absolutely opens up the world to you. Next, you become ambassador. It's 5 million group volume, 3 presidents. So those 3 directors now help them become president. All right. And this doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes evolution. It takes time to develop that leadership skill and then pass that down. Some people are going to do it faster than others, and that's absolutely okay. But you help 3 people become President's Club. You also just increased, remember, levels 11 through infinity to 1.5%. Global ambassador, 15 million group volume. Help those 3 presidents become ambassadors. You become global ambassador, and it unlocks the 2% global bonus. Now, you'll look over here on the left side. You're going to see leadership matching bonus. I don't want to confuse anybody with this one, but basically what it means is let's say you're president, okay? And then one of your directors moves up and they become president as well, but you're not ready to move to the ambassador position, okay? What that means is that on that lineage that new president falls in, they're going to cut you off and you're going to get 50% of whatever it is that they're making. Now, all your other lineages, you're still making your full, 1% override on. It's just anybody who catches you in rank. Then when you advance to ambassador, you get the 1.5%. And that person who became president, they're typically going to be trailing behind you there. So they'll get the president, you still get the 50%. And so it just continues to evolve all the way through. But that's called the leadership matching bonus. Again, this is a bull capital because you have to refer at least 1 person to override these. John, next slide, please. Okay, so these are the prizes that the leadership program entails here. First one that you get is an iPad. Okay, so when you reach executive, which wasn't very difficult, right? Okay, you reach executive, you get an iPad worth $900. John, next slide. Rolex, if anybody's got Rolex on their bucket list, if you don't have your Rolex yet, okay, here's your way to earn this. You don't even need to come out of pocket. Instead, the company will give you a Rolex when you reach the level of manager with an estimated value of about $10,000. The travel, okay, this is really exciting. How about a $15,000 travel package for 2 when you reach director level? That's a nice reward. You've worked hard, you've reached director, you need to take a little bit of a break. Maybe you want to take a weekend, maybe you want to take a few days off, okay? Go somewhere cool. Fiji, Dominican Republic is a great place. There's all kinds of neat places, the French Riviera. You can go to these places and actually have a very, very nice vacation on $15,000 for 2 people. You're not budgeting at all at that point. So then you reach the President's Club, which we have some presidents in the company, or a team, I should say, partnership that reached the level of president, and they did get their Porsche. Okay, that was actually given to them at the first event in Panama in November. So $100,000 to put towards a Porsche right there. Now, the cool thing about this, guys, is this is not a lease car program. Okay, this is a here's your title program. So if you want to step up above the 100,000, that's totally up to you. But the company will give you $100,000 towards your portion. You can literally walk away from the table with the title. John, next slide. Next level, ambassador. Okay, this is where you get your Ferrari, $200,000 towards your Ferrari. So depending on which Ferrari you're looking for, you can walk away again with title. So this is not a payment program. This is a title program. Lamborghini. All right, this one should get everybody pretty excited. Global ambassador. Now you've reached the top rank. You want to feel great, and I suggest getting your Lamborghini wrapped. Okay, so people ask you, how the heck did you get that, and what is CashFX? Right? It becomes a marketing piece for you. And but $500,000, you can get a pretty nice Aventador for that, guys. So absolutely one of the most exclusive, supercars out there. And you have the opportunity to earn it right here.
And one of the best advertising pieces you could probably ever not spend money on.
Exactly, right? Yeah, I had a friend several years ago, it was probably 15, 16 years ago, that bought a Saline, not a Mustang Saline, but a Saline, okay? And he wrapped it. And he quickly, not only did he, love the way the wrap looked, but he also, well, I say wrap. Back then it wasn't a wrap. It was more the graphics down the side. You could, ask me how and put a phone number on there and, your company name. And but it blew up his downline like nobody's business because everybody wanted to know, how did you get that car?
How?
Yeah. How is that possible?
And honestly, Ron, we talk about these in our calls too, and this lends itself to CFX success in all areas. Really, we've all heard before, find someone who's accomplished what you're looking to accomplish and do what they've done. And a lot of times when people start seeing the larger numbers and they hear about people hitting these kinds of prizes, or they're making $10,000 or $20,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 a month, it becomes a little bit overwhelming. How could that be possible? But the reality is that the same roadmap that made you your first $100 in this rewards plan can make you your first $1 million.
Absolutely.
Which it doesn't have to be complicated.
We've reached that level yet, but I know we have folks in the company approaching that if they haven't already reached it in the first 9.5 months.
Yeah, pretty exciting. So I want to thank you on behalf of everyone, because I see the chat room lighting up. You do such an awesome job of and it's no surprise considering you're right there when all of this is being coded and programmed. But you do such a wonderful job of breaking this down so that it's very easy to explain. And everyone loves it when you do. And we're really grateful that we were able to get you on the call for this Friday. And that's leading us to the weekend. So have a fantastic weekend for you, Ron, and have a fantastic weekend, everyone on the call. Please enjoy yourselves this week and be safe, be smart, and don't forget to share your CFX platform with those that matter to you.
Absolutely. Thanks, John, for the opportunity to speak today. Everyone have a great weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. So, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Just the compensation plan covered in this Facebook Live today. But the main reason that I wanted to do this was so that you could see that guy, Mr. Ron Pope. Ron Pope was the reason that I finally took a position here at CashFx Group. Now, I've been working online for many years, 15 years in total. And I've known about his company, the Conversion Pros, for many years. I know what a great company they are, what a superb reputation they have online. And, he's a man that's made millions building out the back-end platforms for multiple thousands of MLM companies, traditional businesses around the globe. His company is worth multi-millions, I should imagine. But when I saw that he not only validated our CEO, Mr. Huascar Lopez, as a personal friend, someone that he would worked with on a one-to-one basis in a previous company many years ago, a travel business. He personally knew Huascar Lopez. He validated Huascar Lopez. But the most important thing was that Ron Pope, for the first time in many years, and he had thousands of opportunities to look at a compensation plan, to look at a business plan, and to decide that he wanted to get involved. This was the company that this man decided to jump in with. Okay. He had, like I said, he's had literally thousands of opportunities over the years that his company, the Conversion Pros, has been up and running, to jump into all kinds of businesses, but he never took any positions. It wasn't until he saw what Oscar Lopez had come up with here at CashForex Group that he decided to take a position. That was my reason, my primary reason for becoming a member here at CashForex. Follow the success. That's all I'm going to say. When you see someone that's that successful, leading a path, you follow them. And with that being said, guys, if you've got any questions, feel free to get back to me or anyone who might be sharing this video. Hope you enjoyed that short presentation, just the compensation plan tonight. And I look forward to hearing you and seeing you on the next presentation. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave with a quick video. I'd like to tune out with one of our awesome videos from CashForex Group. I think tonight we shall go with this one here. So I'm just going to bring this up. And I'm going to share my screen again. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
At this time of unprecedented worry and anxiety, driven by a single virus, baffling the brightest minds in science, there are lessons that we can take from this global pandemic. We are all equal, regardless of our culture, religion, occupation, financial situation, or social status. It is reminding us that we're all connected, and something that affects one person affects another. It is also reminding us just how important family and home are, how providing for those we love is of critical importance, especially in times of crisis, and how difficult or even impossible that can become under certain circumstances. The world we know is going to change. There's no escaping that fact. One thing still in your control: what you do with your time. There's a tiny percentage of people globally that are completely free of debt, not beholden to anyone. And as incredible as that may sound, anyone can accomplish a similar degree of this success. With proper guidance, you can attain the same freedom and the same peace of mind to enjoy family and friends, regardless of what may be happening in the world around you. While real financial security is available to everyone, it doesn't happen on its own, and it's not easy, but it is absolutely possible for you. To learn what steps you can take today, and to make sure that you're numbered amongst those that are financially free, get back to the person that shared this video with you and take action today.